Hello, students. Today we are going to do the poem on killing a tree written by Jeev Patel. You must have observed people cutting down trees, but can they kill a tree? Is it easy to do so? Let's read the poem and find out what the poet says on killing a tree. Jeev Patel is an Indian poet, playwright, painter, as well as a practicing physician. He belongs to a group of writers who have subscribed themselves to the green movement, which is involved in an effort to protect the environment. His poems speak of deep concerns for nature and expose man's cruelty to it. In this poem, the poet sensitizes the reader and highlights the fact that trees are living things. He equates trees with humans to convey that trees should not be cut because destroying trees is just like killing a human being. Let's begin this poem. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. So, here, first of all, let's talk about these words. Jab here means sudden rough blow, sudden means a hit, and here sudden cut. So here the poet says that a simple cut doesn't destroy a tree. It takes much time to kill a tree. Tree is not going to be destroyed just by a single cut by the knife. A tree grows gradually, slowly, gradually. It is rooted in the soil. A plant takes nutrition from the soil to grow into big trees. So the tree is firmly bound with the soil. It takes in sunlight, air, water to grow into a strong trunk and have numerous leaves. So it's not easy to kill the tree just by a simple cut of the knife. And out of its leprous hide, here the skin, here the uneven color of the surface of the trunk of a tree is compared to the skin of a person suffering from leprosy. So this is here the comparison is done with the leprosy. So it is here metaphor. And you can see here, students, you can see here a line, not a simple jab of the knife will do it. When there's a continuation of a line without any comma or a pause to the next line, it is known as enjambment, and you will find enjambment example throughout the poem. So here also you can see this thing line, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. It is here again. So this is here enjambment, and there is no fixed rhyme scheme. So this poem is written in free verse. Now the next stanza. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, will expand again to former size. So here, hack here means again like a jab. Hack means cut roughly by striking heavy blows. Cut roughly by striking heavy blows. And here the poet says that humans cut and chop the bark of the trees into many pieces, but that is not sufficient to destroy the trees. The point of the tree which gets cut gives out sap, just like blood oozing out of a human body. And gradually this wood heals, and from there new branches start growing again. So the poet is saying that just by cutting a half of the tree, it doesn't mean you were successful in destroying the tree completely. Sooner or later, whatever the branches and whatever the twigs of the trees are left, they would grow into full size again. So here, let's find out the rhyme scheme here. Let's find out the poetic devices here. Here, bleeding bark, here bb sound, consonant sound is there. So this is here alliteration. And one more thing here, bleeding bark, bleeding bark here is compared, means when you can see that like when there's a cut in our body, blood comes out, and in the same way when we chop the tree, there is some kind of liquid comes out from the plant. So the sap, that is sap coming out of the tree where it is cut, is compared to the bleeding from the wound in a human's body. So bleeding is compared to the sap of the tree. So it is here metaphor. And so here the poet is saying that by hacking and chopping, you maybe manage to cut tree to some extent, but you are not going to kill it thoroughly. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be robbed, tied, and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave. And the strength of the tree exposed, the source, white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. So here the poet is saying that the root, no, these two actions means like here a simple jab of the knife or hacking and chopping is not enough. The root is to be pulled out. If you truly really want to kill the tree, you have to pulled it out, and its root should be out from the ground, from the earth, out of the anchoring earth. The trees are held securely with the help of the roots in the earth. So the earth is giving protection to the root of the earth, and if you separate roots from the earth, only then you will manage to kill it. So the poet says that in order to kill the tree, it has to be uprooted. One has to separate the tree from the earth which supports it. The roots of the tree bind the tree with the soil in the pit of the earth. From there, the most sensitive and hidden part of the tree will be visible. Hidden part of the tree will be visible to all. So that what is that? That are the roots of the tree that are inside the earth cave for years and years. And so the poet is saying that when you uproot the tree, only then you manage to kill it to a great extent. Let's find out the literary devices here. Here, white and wet. White and wet, consonant sound W is repeated. So this is here alliteration. And here the one word that is out, 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 out is repeated many a time. So this is here repetition. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. So once the tree has been uprooted, then gradually it withers. It withers, it dries up. With the action of heat and wind, the trunk will become brown, twist, and will harden. Finally, the tree will die this way. So here, scorching and choking means drying up of the tree after being uprooted under very hot and blazing sun. And so here, if I say wither means dry. So fall into decay and dry, withering of the. So you can see from this image that if like these roots were earlier white and wet, soft. So when you kept it under the sun, blazing sun for scorching, then all this mean the whole softness of the roots will be taken up by the rays of the sun, and it will be completely hardened and twisted and withered. And then your action of killing a tree is done. So here, choking in the sun means when the roots are out from the earth cave, so they are unable to breathe, because roots are able to breathe inside the earth only. So here choking, like when we are unable to breathe, our lungs, we felt choking, we are unable to breathe. So here choking action of is compared to this dry roots of the tree. So this is here personification. So here tree is unable to breathe. So this is here tree is personified. So what is the central idea of the poem? Do the poet really wants us to kill the tree? So in this poem, there is a beautiful ironic statement written by the poet about killing a tree. Actually, he means its opposite. He tones how trees are to be killed, but they must not. He further says that a tree is hard to kill with the knife. The tree takes years to grow from the earth. He says that to kill a tree, its roots must be pulled out entirely from the soil. This poem also conveys the message that trees are our lifeline, so they must not be killed. He instructs how a tree is killed. He gives out the message that trees are something pious, and like human beings, we should take care of it. Thank you, students. I hope Everyone has understood it very well.